everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
Tap on the shoulder. Girls, tell me why I turn around. And then she was like, I'm his wife. Yesterday, I was supposed to be meeting with a previous coworker. We had planned on going to lunch. However, his day didn't pan out the way it was supposed to. So I said, you know what? Let me still take myself out for lunch. I ended up going to Chopping Block. If you know, you know. While I'm at Chopping Block, I'm sitting there. I order my food to go. But while I'm waiting, I decide to sit at the bar to grab a drink. Now, I'm sitting, I got some water on the back. So if y'all hear it, you know, simmering, that's why it is. I see this gentleman walking in, good looking brother. He looks at me. In my shyness, just initially, I look down like, I'm on the phone with my other coworker. So I'm talking to my coworker. He looks at me. I kind of like bashfully looked away just because, you know how it is sometimes, ladies. Like when a man is good looking, he catches you off guard. You don't think that you really looked apart at that moment. So I kind of looked away. Long story short, he ends up sitting at the bar and he starts talking on the phone. So we eventually lock eyes. And this time I don't look away because the brothers have even told me that if you want a man to approach you or talk to you, you have to give him some type of signal. So I give this brother the signal that, okay, I am attracted to you as well. He ends up calling me over. I move, start sitting next to him, having an amazing conversation. Y'all, our conversation is going so well. The bartender ended up making a comment talking about, when y'all start telling the story of how I met your mother, just make sure you shout me out as the bartender. That's how much me and this man are like enveloped in each other's world. Queen sitting next to me, she ends up asking me to hand her the drink menu. She don't even want to bother us, y'all. She's like, I'm sorry to bother you. Like, could you just hand me the drink menu? Because that's how much me and this man are in each other's world. So I'm in my Sin City era. So I ended up asking him a question that Big asked Carrie when they were first in the car. He tells me his side. He asked me the same question. I start telling him. Y'all, tell me why out of nowhere, I could just tap on my shoulder. Mind you, my food is ready. I should have already left. But once he called me over to sit with him, I'm like, maybe, you know, the coworker that was supposed to take me out to lunch, maybe he missed out his opportunity. So it's a good thing that I went out anyway. I get a tap on the shoulder. Girls, tell me why I turn around. The lady asked me, do y'all know each other? I said, no, we don't know each other. I try to introduce myself to her. I say, my name is such and such. How are you? And then she was like, I'm his wife. I said, you're his wife? Like, you know, and then I look back over at him. And him and his wife, and now what I know is daughter. I've even tried to introduce myself to the daughter, like, how you doing? I asked him when they leave and go to another table. You're married? And he says, yes, you know, that's what I was trying to explain. No, never did you say you were married. There are two groups of people that deter me from marriage. It's not to say that I won't get married, and it's not to say that I won't have a great marriage. These are just two groups of people that genuinely deter me from marriage. It is married people, that's both men and women, women that cheat on their husbands, men that cheat on their wives, and just don't understand that they're really holding a huge responsibility in their hand. You're not only married to that person and it's supposed to be doing for them and taking care of them and honoring your vows, you're also indirectly speaking to other people about marriage and an institution. And then the second group of people that deter me from marriage is the group of men who feel like just because like they make a lot of money or they do very well for themselves and they give their family the world, that their loyalty doesn't come with the world. I can only imagine how casually he pulled up on me. This is a common thing. And the way sis tapped on my shoulder and, you know, she already knew to ask me who I was, it gave me the vibe that this is something that she's dealt with before. This is not her first rodeo. This is not their first rodeo. Needless to say, I said, do you want to handle that? After I asked him about being married, and he said, yeah, that's what I was trying to talk about. I was trying to say, lying. So he ends up going over to talk to his daughter. You can tell his daughter looks very sad. So I'm imagining that his wife told him what happened. And then I end up talking to the woman that was to my right, like, what is happening right now? And she was like, is that his wife? And I was like, girl, yes. So we ended up exchanging numbers. She gets us a drink. She was like, I'm so sorry. She was like, I thought y'all were together in a relationship, just how well y'all were connected. I'm talking about he had the arm around a chair, embarrassed, and also deterred. For that hour and a half conversation where I was quite literally on cloud nine, I feel so robbed of my time. I was just so shocked, y'all. I could not believe it was happening to me. And then when the dude left to go be with his family, the bartender was like, is that his wife? And we both was like, yes. And he was like, but he was talking about love and let me go make my coffee. I was just so shocked, y'all. I could not believe it was happening to me. Y'all have asked me so many questions, I had to come and do a part 3. From the top, a lot of y'all were asking, why would he even start talking to you if he knew his wife and his daughter were on the way? Ladies, stick around to the end. I have a bonus if you want to know what was the question from Sin City that I asked. He walks in alone, solo, nobody with him. I am sitting at the bar. The bar is super packed. If you've ever been to Chopping Block, it's always busy, always packed. It's kind of like a smaller restaurant. And because they're so popular, there's very rarely anywhere to sit. So when he came in, it was nobody with him. And then a seat became available and he sat down at the bar. And this is when we started giving each other the eyes. I kind of feel like this might be what it is for him. It might be an ego boost. Either she was tracking him or he had already told them to meet at the restaurant and then he was already going to be there to greet them. It could be a host regardless of reasons, I just also agree with this comment. He might have got so lost in the track of time and then kept talking, and next thing you know, bam. Second reoccurring theme I saw in the comments is they are polygamists. They were looking for a third party. I don't really think that that's the case, mainly because she brought the daughter. Why would you bring the daughter if y'all are looking for a third party? That might be a little bit weird. From her body language, it wasn't given, I'm happy to meet you, my husband vetted you. It very much gave, why are y'all here together? Third comment that was very popular, why did you go to him? You the cat, he the dog, so why did he not pursue you? Again, if you've never been to Chopping Block, you can't even fathom how small the bar is, and it's always packed. So when I got there, the only place I could sit was at the bar, like on the side. It was somebody to my right, it was people to my left, so there was nowhere near me to sit. And then when he finally was able to get a seat at the bar, because initially he was standing, that's when somebody stood up from next to him, and then he motioned me over like, you know, like, you want to sit here? This one right here was one of my favorite comments. Always ask if they're married. Always ask if they're in a relationship. Yes and yes. Going forward, that's going to be the very first question I ask. Are you married? Is there anyone that's in a relationship with you? Is there anyone that considers both you and them in a relationship? Is it anybody that will pop up on you or feel like you did something wrong by talking to me in this moment? It's so sad you got to break it down to 1 + 1 and 2 + 2. And a bonus, I have to give you all this bonus. The question that I asked from in the city was when Big had his drivers take Carrie home in a car, he asked her, has she ever been in love? I just cringe at the thought. Because remember, when Carrie asked Big, he said what?
Have you ever been in love?
So yeah, this happened months and months and months and months and months ago. I do still feel right for my time, but on the flip side, I posted this video and it's done really, really well. A lot better than I had initially anticipated. So a win is a win.
What to do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional, and we always lit. Now, great story time. Man, fellas, city boys is down, okay? There's no more single people than married people. Married people are the most singlest people on earth. Well, it's actually men. When a woman is when a woman is married, she's more likely to not embarrass her husband out in public. But they do. If your woman is married and she cheats on you, she's cheating with an ex that always gave her good. She's not, well, they don't usually meet up with random guys. And it's a reason why they meet up with that a guy. So, but men cheat with anything. Any new woman that come around, he cheating. If a woman is gonna go that night, he's gonna cheat. It's the temptation is hard to, man, whatever. Hey, the temptation is hard. When you got it there for you right then, it's not like it's either, all right, your mindset says it'll be this one time. And then your body does it and you be like, cool, I already did it. But since it was so easy, you like, man, I could do it again. That's where you mess up. Men, we got to leave the one night stands where it stands. If you get away with it, let it go. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's how you get caught, because you keep trying to do it. Now, in this case, this woman knew her man was always cheating. She knew he'd be going out meeting women. And yes, she tracked him. And the reason why she brought the kid was to embarrass him in front of his kid, to be like, not to let the kid know what the dad is doing, but to show him what he's ruining. And that's his family, and that's supposed to be the most important thing to a man, is his family. And if you would ruin that, for a one night stand or whatever, then your moral compass is in the wrong direction. And that's, I'm not saying cheating is right. Don't let me tell you cheating is right. I'm just saying, if you're gonna do it, just don't try to make a relationship with the woman. You know what I'm saying? Talking about love and stuff and you literally in a marriage is absolutely insane, because what she wanted to do was, oh, you know what? The most people who cheat are the ones who are charming, the ones who can talk to you. The reason why it was so easy to talk to him is because he's a cheater. You know, the ones who don't cheat don't know how to talk to women. The ones who don't know how to talk to women don't cheat because they don't know how to talk to women. It's the good talkers, the ones that'll tell you everything they want to hear. They'll tell you everything you want to hear. They be cheating like a mug, okay? But, you know, and then asking the questions like, are you married? Does anyone think that you're married? Or does anyone think that you're in a relationship? Will somebody pull up on you, on us, if we're on a date? Those are valid questions these days. You know, you don't want to be out somewhere and be embarrassed, like the embarrassment of talking to a guy and you're at a bar and everybody else got secondhand embarrassment for her, you know, because she was an innocent party in this, and it was just seemed like they were a perfect match, but he's already matched with somebody perfectly, at least so he's supposed to be, but maybe he didn't feel that way. I don't know, but it probably was the chase. I don't think he lost track at the time. I think she was tracking his ass. And that's what happened. It wasn't nothing else. She was tracking him, and she knew where he was going to be, and she brought the kid along and was like, let's go see your daddy. You know what I'm saying? So, but guess what, women? If y'all know that a man is married or a man is in a relationship, leave him alone. You know why? Because he going to always leave with that woman, especially if he married. He going to always leave with that woman. Okay? Trust me. He gonna leave with his wife. So if you think you about to come in and ruin a relationship, don't even think about it, because he gonna leave with his wife. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section.